One of the most fundamental tasks in Linux or any operating system is adding and removing software. You will often need to install software that didn't come with your distribution or remove unwanted software so it doesn't take up hard drive space. Some software requires other software to run, and you will sometimes find that you can download everything you need at once in software package, which is a group of files, typical libraries and other dependencies that you need for a piece of software to run successfully. When you install a package, when you install a package here, all the files within it are installed together here. As you can see here, we have so many hacking tools in Linux like password attacks, so that you will learn all of tools in our course here. So in this lecture we examine three key methods for adding new software: apt package manager, graphical user interface based installation managers, and Git. So using apt, let's start with using apt to handle software. In Debian based Linux distributions, which includes Kali and Ubuntu, the default software manager is Advanced Packaging Tool, apt, whose primary command is apt-get here. And in the simplest and most common form, you can use apt-get to download and install new software packages, but you can also update and upgrade software with it. So let's search a package here now. Before downloading a software package, you can check whether the package you need is available from your repository or not, which is place where your operating system stores information. The apt tool has a search function that can check whether the package is available. So the syntax is straightforward here. Apt check here, search keyword here, for example Kitvo, and for example search Chrome. As you can see here, we have so many Chrome here, Chrome GNOME Shell, Chromium here, and others. Or we can search Snort here, as you can see here. So now I want to show you adding software to it. Now that you know the Snort package here, as you can see here, exists in your repository, so you can use apt-get to download the software. To install a piece of software from your operating system's default repository in the terminal, use the apt-get command followed by the keyword install here, install, and then the name of the package you want to install. This syntax will look like that. For example, name of the package here. So let's install Snort here. Oops. So if you get error like that, add sudo permission. So run this command with sudo permission and enter your Kali password here. And as you can see here, and after this operation, 10.5 megabyte of additional disk space will be used. Do you want to continue? Press Y and enter here, and now our files is downloading here. As you can see, his Snort is installed now. As you can see here, we started Snort as well. But I will quit now. Actually, So we can remove packages, so you will learn removing packages in Linux now. So when removing software, use apt-get with the remove option, followed by the name of the software to remove. So if I want to remove snort here, remove snort here. If you get this error, just add sudo here and your Kali, our password, and enter yes here. So we removed our snort with remove command here, but again you will see the task being done in real time and you will be asked whether you want to continue or not. So you can enter ye to uninstall and n to keep snort. So since we will be using again, but I removed it, so I will install snort again. apt-get remove snort, apt get install snort. Here we will I have another software removing command here, and you will see it now. If you want to remove the configuration files at the same time as the package, you can use purge option here. So in previous lecture we used remove here, but remove is just removes the application, but we will now remove the configuration files as well with purge command here. Sudo apt-get purge here, and our application name snort, and type your password, operating system password here, and if you want, you will see the task being in real time and you will be asked whether you want to continue or not. So you can enter e to uninstall purge your application and then enter. So as you can see here, there is our application is purged here. So you may have noticed the line, the following packages were automatically installed and are no longer required. No longer required in the output terminal. So to keep things small and modular, many Linux packages are broken into the software unit that many different programs might use. When you install Snort, you install several dependencies or libraries with it that Snort requires in order to run. So now that you are removing snort with purge, those other libraries or dependencies are no longer required, so they are removed too. So now I want to show you these updating packages here. Software repositories will be periodically updated with new software or versions of existing software. These updates don't reach you automatically, so you have to request them in order to apply these updates to your own system. Updating isn't the same as upgrading. Updating is simply updates the list of packages available for download from the repository, whereas upgrading will upgrade the package to the latest version in the repository. You can update your individual system by entering apt-get. I will use sudo here. apt-get command followed by the keyword update. So this will search through all the packages on your system and check whether updates are available. So if so, the updates are downloaded here. So this list available in software repository on your system will be updated here. So it might take as you can see, there's a how many kilobytes per second is downloading and how many packages is need to download here. So it's downloading now. It might take 5 seconds, so I want to show you what you will see after successful updating. So if the update is successful, your terminal will state reading package lists done, as you can see here. Note that the name of the repository and the values, time, size, and so on might be different on your system here. So now I want to show you upgrading packages. So to upgrade the existing packages on your system, use apt get upgrade, because upgrading your packages may make changes to your software. You must log in as root or use the sudo here, sudo command, before entering apt get upgrade. So this command will upgrade every package on your system that apt knows, meaning only those stored in the repository. Here upgrading can be time consuming, so you might not able to use your system for a while. As you can see here, I just need 10 megabyte of something downloading here. So let's continue here. So if your system is old, so I mean, if you downloaded the old version of Kali Linux, you might have good software applications to update here, but in my case, it's good to. So for so now I will close here. So for closing, just press Control plus Z shortcuts or C shortcuts in one time. So we can add repositories to sources.list file. So the servers that hold the software for a particular distribution of Linux are known as repositories here. So nearly every distribution has its own repositories of software developed and configured for that distribution, so that might not work well or at all with other distributions. Although these repositories often contain the same or similar software, they aren't identical and they sometimes have different versions of the same software or entirely different software. You will of course be using the Kali repository, which has a large amount of security and hacking software, but because Kali specializes in security and hacking, it doesn't include some specialty software and tools and even some run-of-the-mill software. It's worth adding a backup repository or tool that your system can research through in case it doesn't find its specific software in the Kali repository. So the repositories your system will search for software are stored in the sources.list file. And you can alter this file to define from which repositories you want to download software. I often add Ubuntu repositories after the Kali repositories in my sources.list file. That way, when I request to download a new software package, my system will first look in the Kali repository, and if the software package isn't there, it will look in the Ubuntu repository. You can find the sources.list file in ATC apt sources.list. Here, as you can see here, I have some additional softwares here. And let's open it with Mousepad. So Mousepad, I'm sorry, Mousepad etc apt sources.list. As you can see here, we have a text file here that after entering this command, you should see this window. Many Linux distributions divide repositories into separate categories. For instance, Ubuntu breaks out its repository categories like main, universe, multiverse, restricted breakpoints here. So I don't recommend using testing, experimental, or unstable repositories on your sources.this file. So because they can download problematic software to your system, so software that isn't fully tested might break your system as well. So I will open this file with sudo because it's read-only and this system file. So I am supposed to open this file with sudo command here. So when you ask to download a new software package, the system looks sequentially through your repositories listed in sources.list and stops when it finds the desired package. Check first that the repository is compatible for your system. Kali, like Ubuntu, is built in Debian, so these repositories works pretty well with each of these systems. To add a repository, just edit sources.list file by adding the name of the repository to the list and then save the file. So say for example you want to install Oracle Java 8 on Kali. No apt package for Oracle Java 8 is available as part of the default Kali sources, but a quick search online shows that the fine folks at WebUPD8 have created one. If you add a repository to those sources, you can then install Oracle Java 8 with the apt-get install Oracle Java 8 installer command. At the time of this course, you will need to add the following repositories here. For example, deb here, deb here, http ppa ppa.launchpad net and webupd8 team Java Ubuntu Trusty and main, and the second repository we will add is source here src http actually it's http ppa launchpad.net webupd8 team Java Ubuntu precise and main. So let's save this file here and then sudo apt get update here. As you can see here, we're updating, and now we can install those files here. So sudo apt get install Java. Here, as you can see here, we can install Java packages here. So we have a graphical user interface based installer here as well. So newer versions of Kali no longer include a graphical user interface based software installation tool, but you can always install one of them with apt-get command. So the two most common graphical user interface based installation tools are Synaptic and GDB. So let's install Synaptic and use it to install our snort package. So sudo apt-get install Synaptic and yes, and it's installing now. Once Synaptic installed, you can start it from settings here. Settings, Synaptic Package Manager as well. You can start it here as well, but you can start it Synaptic here with this, but I will start it with settings option here, Synaptic Package Manager, and paste your password here. As you can see here, there is a we open it in our Synaptic package file. So now you can search for the package you are looking for. Simply click on the search tab here, and you will find your applications here.